So we recently pulled together a workshop with some of the founders we work with. We invited Michael Deering, a professor at Stanford who led much of the pricing work that eBay did, to help us provide a framework around how to think about pricing.
Well, the most common is, how do I launch a product? Within that context of launching a new product, how do I set a price? The biggest fork in the road for people is, a lot of people think it's a math problem. They think that if I have the calculator and the computer and lots of data and the smartest PhDs or the data scientists, I can calculate what the right price should be. In reality, it's a judgment problem. It requires a healthy dose of quantitative economics, but also a healthy dose of psychology, life experience, talking to customers, but it is a judgment problem. And too often I see people either just punt on the decision and make up an answer because they don't want to go through what they perceive to be the overly complicated math, or they delve deeply into the overly complicated math and they get lost. You can't take a new product to market without understanding the substitutes for that product and the complements to that product. And the substitutes are the other products or services people could use to solve their underlying problem. And the complements are the products and services that you might expect to find out in the wild next to your product. And if you understand those, you have gone a long way to understanding the intuitive shorthand that the buyers are going to have in their head when you present them with your alternative.
One thing that people pointed out in this discussion, which I found useful, is often companies start out at a low price and then do not revisit that assumption, especially when it comes to increasing the price over time.
I think we did a lot of it actually intuitively, like we would price our products based on what we thought the value was, but when you start to think about how our consumers view our product and when they make the decision intuitively versus rationally, I don't think we ever really factored that into our pricing discussions.
There's a lot of process around whether we listen to the customer for certain things that they tell us, what they would pay for, and various things like that. But I think the worksheet that was laid out is extremely useful.
So if you're sitting there thinking about pricing and wondering, where do I begin? We've got some help for you. We've put a framework on the Sequoia website that we used during our pricing workshop that provides wonderful starting guideposts and a framework for you to think through your pricing.